Hello everyone, Sean here. It's good to see everyone again. Welcome to Office Hour 46. So this week we are going to share with you a few things on some topic. So first one is about a Changelog. So we will go through on what have been done in the last couple of weeks and what have been changed. And also we are going to take some time to walk through some new models, which is Frontier. We have DeepSeek 4, we have GPT-5.5, we have Opus 4.7, Sneak Peek. They are all available in AgenticFlow. And I have an interesting example for you. So we will make an ISS Orbital Tracker, just see how this goes. And also, starting from last week Apple's feedback, so we go into Stabilization Sprint. So we believe that apart from like fixing the bug about like customer receive and send to us, thanks everyone for helping us to track the issue. So there's a lot of interest, and also we keeping it in the backlog to test and also fixing the urgent one first. And furthermore, apart from that, we're also doing some further exploration on the platform. And also we believe that the more that we can help you to understand and getting the result easier from AgenticFlow, that will be the key focus upcoming. So today we are going to share with you the sneak peek of what we are building. So we will share with you 6 Claude Code and AgenticFlow CLI use case with instant one prompt and instant result. So some use case, how can you extract email to structured data? How can you analyze customer feedback? How can you do the lead qualifier? How you can do the recap meeting and send email survey? How can you do the competitor URL snapshot to get intelligence from customer? And also how you can like doing some job application package for yourself and also your team and so on. So I hope that this is something interesting. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first one is a Changelog. So you can always go into docs.agentflow.ai, go into Changelog here. Let me refresh this page. So you can see here, like, so this is the first one on the 28th. So this is Office Hour 46. So what we have right now is April. Actually, this month is a lot of interesting things. So we have a lot of like Frontier model launch. So like Opus 7 launching on April 16, GPT-5 on 23, DeepSeek also launching on 24th. So on 4 is already wide in AgenticFlow. If you discover the platform last few days, you should already see it. But otherwise, you can also have a look. On the engine side, we also release a lot of like a stabilization sprint that we cover some Timezone, we handle some MCP authentication issue, and also we also make it the adjustment to Composio MCP that their upstream routing endpoint went down. So we have something. So first one, let's talk about like Opus 4.6. So this is the new Frontier model. It has been released and it's running into 87 swarm on estimate. So let me open this one. So this is their model. So it's jumping into very hard in here. So I think out of everything, Opus 4.7 is still the favorite on coding, and I believe that we also using that in-house. So this is something that we have, and we believe that this is a Frontier model. It can code in knowledge work, which is absolutely jumping from Gemini 3.1 Pro, and also like up even above like 5.4. And also there's some other model as well, and it's incorporating into the agentic coding performance, especially for longer context length. So today you can go into AgenticFlow, and also you can choose the Opus 4.7 from PixelML Open Router in here. You can search for that. Wait, where is it? Yep, it should be here. Okay, it's just right here. Okay, so you can choose in Opus 4.7 in PixelML Open Router, or you can bring your own key with that. So next one is also GPT 5.5. So just a few days after 4.7 announced, then we have GPT 5.5, and OpenAI also having a great sharing, and also is competing and even beat Opus 4.7 on some of the benchmark. But there's sneak peek on this one. Actually, I heard that there's some benchmark that GPT 5.5 is like lower than Opus 4.7. So OpenAI is intentionally leave that out so that they are looking good on this one. But to be honest, I kind of like quite see okay, because we use both GPT 5.5 and Opus 4.7 in-house, and we can see that they are a good pair performance. And especially what I can see is that between 5.5 and 5.4 we have a jump in intelligence, but the cost is more. So it means I can feel like having like at least 60% or something cost increasing in per token, because actually 5.5 look like would like to do much longer thinking and also cost a lot more to do our work. So it's available. You can try on the platform, but I would say just pay attention for the token consumption. Okay. Next one is also DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is special. So why I would like to talk a lot about DeepSeek today is that DeepSeek is open weight. So they are releasing the weight, they're releasing everything. So that is the best in the world. Because like we both like Claude and also GPT-5.5, they are closed source. So you cannot hosting the model in-house on that. But DeepSeek is different. They release everything. So DeepSeek was releasing just a few days ago. They have two variants. They have Pro, they have Flash. Pro is a version with 1.6 trillion total parameter and with 49 billion active param. And with for the Flash is also 2.84 billion. It's still big for me, but there's this comparable. So they are having the contact length. So this is the first model on DeepSeek series that they are reaching 1 million contact length. They are open source, they have API service, and the benchmark, they are quite frontier. So you can see in here, so the blue one is DeepSeek, and actually is it outperforming the 4.6 and also GPT 5.4. So it's like jumping from 46 points to 57 points. So this is a lot and a lot. So Pro is for enhanced agentic capability with rigorous and world-class reasoning. So very hard task you can throw to it. Okay, for Flash is kind of like a reasoning capability. So Flash is actually the thinking model as well. There's two modes you can jump, and Flash is actually comparable to the frontier model. So in order to give you a quite clearly on how everything is work, I would like to put in here. So this is how artificial analysis is actually pointing together on DeepSeek and so on. So it was jumping from 42 point of DeepSeek 3.2, it jumped into 52 point. And for the open weight model, actually it's jumping like quite a lot already from this a lot. So if you are having the intelligence and also total parameter, then DeepSeek is like is a class of ISO, where it have very like a lot of like very high intelligence and parameter as well. There's some other evolve as well. We can see that it's jumping like ahead of like open source model, GLM 5.1 or Minimax and so on. The token used to run and so on. So this is something that really good on DeepSeek, and there's a lot of things that you can really have on this one. So if we are looking into overall of everything, let's open the main page. Now let's go into the leaderboard and we do the leaderboard of all the models. Okay, so we still seeing like the king right now is still 5.5 and Opus 4.7, but we are having the new name in here, which is DeepSeek for Pro Max in here, and this is a 5.2 point. Comparing to other, this is also quite good already, and especially the Flash is 47 point, and actually Flash is a very good candidate to replacing the model, for example, like Gemini 3 Flash, or if you are currently for some other model, for example, like GM 4.1, 5.1, or maybe either like if you are using DeepSeek 3.2, absolutely you must upgrade to that. There's no brainer of that. Too much intelligence that you can gain. So that is it. So right now DeepSeek Flash is available, and you can choosing in both AgenticFlow and also Pixelmator Open Router. So in AgenticFlow you can choose DeepSeek V4 Flash here, and this is quite okay. It's supposed to be replacing all of the DeepSeek variant, like including 3.2, 3.2 experiment, and Spell. It was released last year. This is quite okay, but I think right now we have 4, so we also have that. You can also so one of the important that I would like to share is that DeepSeek themselves is also deprecating the DeepSeek Chat, the Reasoner, and also the other model. So we also having the retiring as well. The journey right now is going to be from now until the end of May. So that after this one, this model will be no longer accessible. So you need to change them to DeepSeek V4 because those are like the best frontier model. If you need really frontier tasks, then you can go into 4 Pro. But I believe that from my testing, DeepSeek V4 Flash is already able to do most of the work that I throw it to it already. Okay, so that is something new on the model side that I would like to share. And in order to give you some experience, I think I speak for like 10 minutes already. So let's do something fun. So what I did is I was routing them together. I have DeepSeek 4, I have GPT-5.5, I have Opus 4.7 as well. I was using one prompt, and this prompt was like build high fidelity interactive 3D of ISS Orbital Tracker. Okay, render a 3D Earth using high resolution blue marble texture map, blah blah and blah blah. It will get the data directly from this API and refresh every 5 seconds. It will including all like real-time lat long in order to calculation metric. So that's quite complicated, right? So the outcome that we are planning to have is to get it's working. So let me show you what is the result. Okay, we are testing different model. So let me open the first one, which is this one. So this one, let me refresh it one more time. This one was generated by Opus 4.7. It's quite impressive, right? So you have a globe in one prompt only. And you can see this is the lat thing. You have lat long and also velocity. And you can see this dot. This one is the ISS. It currently is S1. So it is somewhere in here, and it is moving. You can see it's every 5 seconds. It's going to this dot move a bit on this one. So there is no like question, right? Opus is the best of the best on this one. Let's look at other model. Okay, this one is GPT 5.5, and this is also quite okay. It's launching, and also even like on orbiter. On this one, and you can see, so this is like the moving from this one and going to like the California and also moving to the south and like looking toward to Mexico and so on. So this is GPT 5.5. Let's move to the next one. So we have another one, which is this one is Gemini 3.1. I like Gemini quite a bit on this one because as you can see, Gemini is actually making like the daylight saving in here, and it's actually realistic. And it is me that here is the ISS moving, and it is a small dot in here, as you can see. That's it here. Yep. So as you can see, the frontier model it can reacting quite well for this one. And let's look at this on what I'm having. So this is the result of the ISS. So overall, I think it is okay. We have the globe, and we can have like this is the ISS is moving in here. You can see this is a moving, but I don't know why it's a flashing of the sun is here. But location wise, I think that I don't know. Let me refresh it one more time. Yeah, I think the location wise, for this one, DeepSeek Flash is not doing quite well on this one. But functionally, like I was asking for a scroll, zoom, and so on and so on. I think DeepSeek Flash is quite good, but it's just one shot and having this one. And, that should be okay. So that is how we task different model on like complex tasks. For DeepSeek Pro and so on, actually, I was trying to using this one, but because right now DeepSeek Pro is just quite new. So when it's new is that everyone is trying to hit the server, and as you can see in here, when I'm asking it, it was thinking for very long, and it even like doing a lot of like thinking, actually reading and so on, but it shrunk here. Because there will be a trim in the services and ask it to continue. So at the moment, the service load for DeepSeek is quite slow, I would say. So I think it will take a few days until like people is getting like tempered down, and then you can try to use that. But I think for Flash, it is okay. I just one shot and it's just creating the entire file for me. And yeah, I didn't really have to modify anything, and just one shot entirely to have 4 things that we have. So we have DeepSeek 4, we have GPT, we have Opus and so on. So let's come back to our channel. So apart from like adding new model to use and everyone, we also doing some other like global optimization on consistencies and user experience as well. We are, because our customer is around the world, right? We have North America, Europe, yeah, Southeast Asia, and Japan, and so on. So we are taking care of our feedback from one customer that the platform time zone is not reflecting the local time zone on everyone. So we are refactoring this one, and we will showing the time zone standardization for all the other world instead of default to UTC, so that you can see in chat, you can see in schedule trigger, task log, and so on. We also having the precise chat history tracking, so it's mapping to a local time zone to minute, and you can calculating the impact. We also do some streamline on the timestamp or the scheduler as well. So you are having set the job today. So this hour at 10 is going to be your local time zone. So it's going to be easier for you to set up like an email, digest every morning, and send a message hello. If you don't know how to using this scheduler and so on, please check our docs and documentation, or you can chat to the copilot on the right channel. So to this little guy. Chat with him. Yep. All right. So we're also having some other things. So for Composio, unfortunately, they are changing their route engine. So we are replicating Composio MCP, and also this one is like unfortunate because the provider already deprecate their core routing endpoint with Downlotics. So if you have Composio as a workflow, you can swap to either like PyDream or other workflow provider. We're also doing some bug fix as well. So right now the knowledge setting now persists on reload. So there's some state missing and automatic retrieval and so on, which previously was setting it to off on browser tab reload. So it is correctly saved on the server side, but previously we have a bug that is showing like the front end is displayed incorrectly. Right now the UI is going to reflect the database on and save on every reload. Okay, and once previously, we have a bug that accepting the workflow migration. So the workflow download JSON from AgenticFlow can upload back into the other workspace cleanly without error. So you can ensure that if you making the workflow or agent to your customer and you download that and you give it to them, then they can just upload to their workspace correctly. Yeah, because make sure that they have the enough connection as well, because those are like platform specific. Right. So I think that pretty much it on the update. I try to go quick today because actually the purpose of today is not really about like new feature or new model and so on, because we are in stabilization sprint. So we still really focus on prioritizing the platform stability, including bug fix and so on. We intentionally defer some new requests in order to ensure that we send good timing in terms of like bug fix and so on. So keep sending us the bug and so on and issue. And later on, we're going to focus like giving use case so that you can follow, and also even like giving the prompt so that you can one shot to the result. And yeah, so after this one, I'm going to have a lot of 6 use case that our team already prepared in advance, and also we will split that later in also plus during the after on YouTube as well. The first use case that we are going to talk about is how you can extract email to structured data. So Rick is going to share about that. And the second one is our customer feedback and digest. The third one is lead qualifier. The fourth one is recap meeting and send email summary. The fifth one is compare the URL snapshot. And finally is the job application packaging. So I hope that these kinds of format that could be like something useful for you, because we are aiming that we can produce more and more these kinds of videos so that you can learn how you can work with the agent to be useful with this. And as long as you have like AgenticFlow CLI installed, you can use Claude Code or maybe anti-gravity, or maybe even like what else? Yeah, or Ishi or OpenCode. I mean, whatever that coding agent that you are currently using, make sure that you just follow the instruction in here, and then you can like get instant result from AgenticFlow very easily. Right? I think that's it. I will see you in the next office hour. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to AgenticFlow AI. It's great to have you here. Today, as we continue with our ongoing video series on the process of creating automated agent workflows through Claude Code using the AgenticFlow CLI, I am going to carefully show you step by step how to create a workflow. This will help you better understand each part of the process. This is a workflow to extract important information from an email, so you can use this workflow node for purposes such as extracting details, organizing content, or processing requests, integrating, transferring various information fields from customer emails into your CRM system. So here we have written a blueprint, which is essentially a prompt. You just simply copy this prompt into Claude Code and then you let it automatically create the workflow for you, following the steps outlined in the documentation. To know how to use Agentic Flow AI, how to install it, and how to use it with Claude Code, we have already made a tutorial video. You can rewatch that video in our channel's video folder. All right, let's get started. It's very simple. You just need to copy the prompt we've prepared and paste it into Claude Code. I think in just a few minutes, Claude Code create a workflow according to our wishes and can automatically rerun it to see if the workflow has run successfully. This will help you save a lot of time. Instead of having to go onto the AgenticFlow AI platform like before, where you had to spend time researching, exploring, and figuring out exactly how to create workflow nodes in a logical, step-by-step manner in order to get the results you wanted, you no longer have to go through that entire process. In the past, it required a lot of effort, careful planning, and trial and error to understand how everything worked together, just to achieve your desired outcome. Now that we have AgenticFlow CLI used through Claude Code, it will help you automatically find the fastest ways and automatically rerun results to ensure that the workflow you want Claude Code and AgenticFlow CLI to run produces the desired results. So we can see that the workflow has been deployed and now the Claude Code is currently running a test with a sample email. All right, and we've also seen that the workflow link has been created. So let's head back to the AgenticFlow AI workflow interface. You can either copy and paste it here, or you can simply refresh the AgenticFlow AI workflow page. Now, as you can see, Claude Code via the AgenticFlow CLI has helped us create one. And when you check the history section, you can clearly see that Claude Code has successfully executed this workflow. You can also, if you like, make a copy of this test email to retest the workflow yourself just to try it out. Go to the single run section. I'll copy the sample email for you again right here. Alright, so as you can see, the information here has now been clearly displayed for you. You can use these results as a starting point to begin adding any subsequent nodes that you might need, or you can also choose to integrate them directly into your CRM system for the customers who have sent those emails. This gives you the flexibility to either expand your workflow or keep your customer records up to date, depending on what you need. All right, thank you everyone. If you have any questions for us, please leave a comment below. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next episodes of this workflow creation series. Build agents quickly with Claude Code via the AgenticFlow CLI. Goodbye everyone. Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to AgenticFlow.ai. We truly appreciate you joining us today as we continue our specialized series where we quickly and efficiently create powerful workflows or intelligent agents on the AgenticFlow platform using AgenticFlow.coi with color code. I am absolutely delighted to be here with you once again to introduce you to another fascinating and practical use case. As you can clearly see on the screen right now, this is a sophisticated Chrome extension specifically designed and used to create a comprehensive workflow for analyzing customer feedback in real time. You can also see the detailed expected output that we want the core code to achieve, which is to be able to successfully deploy this entire automated workflow, run a thorough test, and produce comprehensive evaluation results and metrics regarding sentiment or product recommendations, based on the valuable product feedback and customer insights we receive. Go ahead and copy this specific prompt, and then paste it directly into the interface of Claude Cook to get started. Alright, as usual, this is just an idea, a blueprint, so you can absolutely create and further develop your own workflows or agents based on these blueprints. You can also ask Cloud Code through ANT Cloud COI, and Cloud Code can help you develop workflows or agents that better suit your needs. And you can also debug, edit, and fix errors for the agents and workflows that you have encountered or created before. Thank you for watching and see you again. In a very short amount of time, now the flow has been successfully deployed, and at this point, the code is going to utilize the edit flow CLI to thoroughly test the functionality. Yeah, I will see you again in just a moment in the next videos that are yet to come. As for the result generated here, there is a note that the email node was not successful because no recipient was provided. Of course, you can also try again on anyone can also enter information here to test it out. However, let's take a look at how the flow that was created actually works. Here we already have results generated based on the information we provided, but let's see how it is displayed on the interface of Mfish. Let's check it out together. As you can clearly see here on the screen, I have already successfully created a comprehensive customer feedback flow by using the upload feature. What we can observe right here within this detailed transaction interface is that every single node represents a specific individual step that was carefully carried out, ranging from the initial stage of evaluating the input to seeing exactly what the bot displays to the user, and even being able to directly send personalized messages to customer emails to ask more about their specific needs. Furthermore, you can also thoroughly review this entire process in the history section to see exactly how it went and analyze the results in depth. The results here show how the workflow was executed. Here we have an error because we haven't provided the email information yet. Whenever we happen to receive a specific follow-up inquiry regarding the customer's unique preferences, we can always go back to the very beginning of the core process to see if this particular step actually works as intended. So right now, I will go ahead and try providing the specific recipient's email address to see what happens next. Yes. How will the service staff test it? Well, let's see. I guess I need a moment to think. So here you can see that this email, was sent to the email address I provided. This is just an example email. You can use your actual email address to see how the email was sent. You can also extract the information from the relevant sections. Result. If you take a moment to look closely at the run history section on your screen, you can clearly see that this specific part has now changed from pending all the way to success. Right here, you can confirm that the automated notification email has been successfully dispatched to all of your customers. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this tutorial up to this point, and I really hope to receive a like and a subscribe from everyone watching today to help support the channel. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below and we will answer them for you. Once again, goodbye and thank you all. Hello and a very warm welcome to everyone. Welcome back once again to the ThinkFlow AI channel. And today we are returning here together to continue with our ongoing video series. In this tutorial, we are going to show you exactly how to quickly create some incredibly cool flows or specialized Asian flows using the powerful AgenticFlow Super AI through simple code. As usual, we already have a comprehensive ready-made prompt prepared for you right here, and you just need to copy this specific prompt into the blog interface to instantly create the entire workflow. Today's custom workflow will specifically address the common issue your sales team faces when they need to carefully evaluate whether a potential company is a truly qualified lead or not, so the sales team can confidently proceed with their outbound sales efforts. Okay, you can simply copy this prompt to create a robust workflow that can consistently deliver the high quality outcomes described above. You just need to paste this prompt into the tool and hit enter. It's extremely fast and efficient, taking only about 2 to 3 minutes in total to create this entire system from scratch. In order to be able to install AgentFlow COI on your computer, you can refer back to our previous videos where we have already provided instructions on how to do this. Alternatively, you can also simply interact with our advanced code assistant, and it will proactively help you write various other customized Chrome extensions, create much better and more efficient Asian business workflows, and seamlessly meet many more of your specific professional needs very quickly. Furthermore, the entire automated workflow has already been successfully deployed on the platform, as well as tested and produced results. So this is the result that the workflow has achieved. You can also copy this link to view the interface of the workflow you created, or you can also press F5 to refresh the workflow page. Then you will see that this workflow has been created here. There you can see how each node was built. Then you can go to the history section to review the details. Like earlier with the example, you can see how a sentence is processed to produce the result. The information provided is extremely detailed. I think this will help you a lot in evaluating and reviewing your workflow before approaching a company that you consider to be a potential employer. Thank you for watching this far into the video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and we will answer them. We would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. We will also continue to produce many more episodes and detailed tutorials on creating a variety of workflows and actions. Once again, we truly appreciate your support. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Hello everyone, thank you for coming back to the AgenticFlow AI channel. Today I will continue with the series on quickly creating workflows or agents using AgenticFlow COI through Claude Code. Here we have a use case where we collect raw meeting notes after a meeting and need to write an email to recap the meeting. So you'll need a workflow where you can input these raw meeting notes, and then the workflow powered by AI will automatically run and generate a meeting recap in the form of an email. You can then use this email to send to relevant recipients from the meeting. Just like in previous episodes, it's extremely simple. You just need to copy the prompt we've already created and paste it into the cover code section. So use AgenticFlow COI to quickly create these workflows in just 2 to 3 minutes. Very fast. You need to download and install AgenticFlow COI on your computer. You can refer back to the previous videos for instructions on how to download it, and we've also included the download link in the description of this video. In this environment, Claude Code immediately and intelligently recognizes the specific information fields of the desired blueprint for your project, this workflow, and Claude Code also starts searching for the connection with the model. For me, it's Game431B, and it's also very quick. I think it takes about 2 minutes for Claude Code to create a workflow, and once this step is done, she will now run a comprehensive test to carefully see the results and generate a professional email, a sample email that can be easily sent to all of the desired recipients. You can also copy this specific link to view the entire workflow, the detailed workflow that you have just created. Here, there are several input sections, including the raw meeting notes, the specific meeting title, and the full list of recipient emails. You can also learn exactly how the notes have been set up through the build section, where you can see every detail. Go to the history section to review the part where Claude Code has run a test for us. You can also review in detail the configuration parts of the nodes. And here you can see that there are also notes for the flow node to set up where to send the email for this meeting node. And that's the entire video for today's episode. Thank you for watching up to this point, and we really look forward to receiving a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and we will explain them for you. Goodbye and see you in the next episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to the AgenticFlow AI channel. It is great to see you all again. And today we're back with our series on quickly creating workflows on AgenticFlow using Claude Code via the AgenticFlow CLI. In today's episode, we'll be showing you how to create a workflow, which is a set of organized steps designed to help you complete tasks more efficiently. We'll walk you through the process of deploying a competitor URL snapshot blueprint, a tool that lets you capture and review snapshots of your competitors' websites. This helps you generate a position analysis, giving you a clearer understanding of how your website compares to others in your industry, so you can make more informed decisions about your online strategy. Or the top 5 claims, weaknesses, and 3 counter moves for the websites you want to snapshot. All right, let's get started. It's quite simple. We've created blueprints with concise prompts that you just need to copy and paste into Claude Code. Please note that your computer must have both Claude Code and the AgenticFlow command line interface, or CLI, installed. When it comes to installation, we actually have a previous detailed tutorial video that you can check out in the video library section on our channel. Now, you just need to simply copy the prompt and then right after that, paste it into Claude Code. Here, in this demonstration, you can clearly see the step-by-step process taken by Claude Code to carefully create this workflow using the AgenticFlow CLI. As you watch, notice each stage and how the workflow comes together. All right, so very quickly, I just want to say that I think in just about a minute or so, Claude Code has already managed to deploy a workflow for us. And now to let Claude Code thoroughly test and verify if the workflow runs exactly as expected. Actually, all of these requirements were already clearly mentioned in the prompt. So here we can see that Claude can even, besides running the results, also retrieve the results that Claude has run. So let's take a look here and we can copy this link to access the workflow we just created, or simply refresh the browser while on the workflow tab to see the workflow we've just made. I'll test this workflow out. So here we can see these two nodes. You can simply explore the details of how the workflow created these two nodes by clicking on View Details. Now we can go ahead and do a quick test by heading over to the single run section and then copying and pasting the website address that we want to use. In this example, I'm using Notion, so I'll copy the Notion link. Now we're taking a snapshot of this Notion page to generate some analysis of it. Immediately, we have the results from the first node, which is retrieving the information from this page. Once the page information is successfully retrieved, the workflow will carefully provide an analysis for the website we wanted to snapshot. Very detailed, right? I think this is quite useful for marketers who want to research their competitors' websites. Thank you all for watching this far. We'll continue to create more episodes with various workflow examples using cloudcode.ai. We'd really appreciate it if you could comment, share, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye for now. Welcome back to the AgenticFlow AI channel. Today, we're continuing our series on quickly creating workflows via the AgenticFlow CLI using Claude Code. So today, I'd like to introduce a prompt to create a job application package blueprint. This will help HR professionals quickly use CV information and job descriptions to generate scores, seeing if a candidate's CV fits the job description you're recruiting for on social media. And at the same time, this workflow, like all previous ones, will be a Claude Code flow that creates tests and then outputs the results. It'll also send us a link to the workflow on AgenticFlow AI so we can access it quickly. It's very simple. Just copy this prompt into the Claude Code section and hit enter to run it. Then just wait a few minutes for Claude Code to process this prompt to produce the workflow we want. So here, as you can see, Claude Code is now beginning the process of fetching the necessary resources and files that it needs to continue models and LLM provider connections in order to get the exact model that it needs to run. And it's also retrieving a recipient email address so that we can test this workflow. We won't have to wait long at all, which is great news. In fact, Claude Code has already gone ahead and provided us with an email suggestion that we can try out. This means we can move forward without any unnecessary delays. Let's take a look at the suggestion and see how it works for our needs. As you can see, Claude Code has already deployed the workflow. That was very fast. And you can also use Claude Code to troubleshoot and debug the workflow agents that you have created. You can use Claude Code to fix bugs, search for errors to improve, or suggest ideas to perfect your workflow and agent to serve more purposes, for example. So here we can see very quickly, after just a few minutes, the workflow has been created. There it is. And here we have an analysis of the strengths as well as the points that are not yet quite as strong in this CV. So you can see both the positive aspects and the areas that could still use some improvement. Here you can take the web UI of the workflow. You can adjust it to check how the workflow was created on AgenticFlow. There. So you can also go to the workflow tab to refresh, or you can copy the link to enter the workflow directly. Okay. So here we can clearly see several different nodes for scoring, for writing cover letters, or for composing different parts of an email. You can also review the full history, the specific one that Claude Code has run for you. Then, okay. So here, CV senders or even HR professionals can use this workflow to both thoroughly evaluate candidate information and help us write better, more effective CVs to use when applying for jobs. Besides that, it can also create a variety of different email templates, which means we can quickly and efficiently respond to candidates, or if we prefer, we can set it up so that we can use it as an email to send directly to the HR department. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video all the way through. If you have any questions at all, or if there is anything you would like to know more about, please do not hesitate to leave a comment below in the comment section of this video, and we will do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. Hope to get a like and a subscribe from you. Once again, thank you and goodbye. And see you in the next episode.